hey, welcome to Triangle Attack, and it finally happened. After delays and mystery, Fire Emblem Three Houses has been out for about a week now, and, well, we decided we'd talk about it. But we came across the problem that these two chose Blue Lions, I chose Golden Deer, and we didn't have a Black Eagles person. So that's why we brought in our special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, hey guys, it's me, Reese Ghost.
Yes, he's the special guest. He hasn't been here the first episode. Welcome to the podcast, Reese Ghost and nobody else.
Yeah.
Actually introduce yourself.
Yeah. Anyway,
hey guys, it's Jongo. Actually, I'm the special guest. Every time you take a sip like that, it kills me.
You fucking sip, bitch.
Okay.
Alright.
Actually, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm LockTheChest. You might know me as the casual scrub who ruined a Fire Emblem by liking Awakening. And,
oh no.
Oh god.
But yes, no, it's right.
Anyway, guys, I think this guy might have been one of the babies that they sent to the baby dimension.
It was very lonely in the baby dimension.
It was cold and dark in the deep realm.
Cold and dark.
Wait, shit, was the baby dimension Fates?
Yeah, the baby dimension was Fates.
Look,
shit, I mixed them up again.
In Awakening, they just came from the future.
Oh, okay.
Which at least made more sense than what Fates did.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had a great history with Fire Emblem. I played Awakening, and I loved it. Then I played Fates, and only got halfway through Conquest, and then gave up.
No. I actually remember the story. You gave up the moment you saw the Deep Realm enter the
squad. that was the moment where I went, no, this is dumb.
So the game said baby dimension, and you just closed your 3DS.
Yeah, no, actually, it's a great story because
took out the copy of Conquest that you borrowed from a friend, give it back. It's like, I can't fucking do this, man. Can't fucking do it.
It's a great story because basically at the time I didn't, for reasons I had to sell my old 3DS, so I didn't get to play Conquest when it came out. But I moved in with a friend and he had a 3DS and he was like, oh, we want to play Conquest because that was the one he had, and I was like, sure. And a friend of mine, I mentioned to her that I was playing it, or mentioned to them rather, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna in a week or so, you'll come to me and say what the fuck," and I was like, "Okay," and then I got to the baby dimension, and I was like, and I next time I saw them, I was just like, "What the fuck?"
I wanted to play one of the 3DS games. I don't own any of them, and so I asked my friend if I could borrow Echoes, and he gave me his box with the box that says Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, and I opened it, and I didn't really look at the cartridge, and I just kind of popped it in the 3DS, and I press A, and I get to the title screen, and I go, wait a minute, this is Birthright.
I have been killed again.
I was absolutely bamboozled. It was funny, but I think
so. My friend, for his Fates experience was he really liked Effie from playing Fire Emblem Heroes, and his thought process was, oh, she has like kind of pink rose-colored armor, so she's probably in Birthright. I'll buy Birthright. Like that sounds like a good idea.
You didn't look it up.
He did not look it up. I had to tell him that later. I'm like, dude,
Yeah, bro, you're fucking dumb.
He figured out. He had a great time, though. He sent me screenshots of, like, Ryoma doing, like, 100 damage times 4.
Yeah.
It's like, alright.
Fates units can get absolutely broken. But yeah, we're not here to talk about Fates. We're here to talk about that new
Gale
game.
Force?
What was it called?
Oh, yeah.
Fuego Emblem Trace Casas?
I believe the term you're looking for is Shin Megami Sensei.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so Persona 6.
That you're gonna say 3.
Hey guys, look at it! It's Harry Potter game. And ging gong.
Like Harry Potter because they're in a school.
Dude,
funny.
Literally,
read another book.
Yo, it's just like Nichijou because they're in a school, guys.
I'd actually give my 2 cents on the comparisons and bring up the Ruby comparison. But then everyone would kill me because Ruby bad.
Don't invoke her name.
No, not that Ruby, the other Ruby.
Oh.
Wait.
The one about,
now I don't know which.
one about the girl,
Now I don't know which
one
Ruby
about
we're
the girl
talking
with
about.
The scythe. That Ruby.
The Ruby with a W? Oh, see, okay, no, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't wanna alienate. What is it? She has like 1,700 followers. I don't wanna alienate them from listening to our podcast by insulting their queen. So
God himself.
So don't worry about that. Never mind.
I went to edit my mic volume, and now I'm kind of on a page, and all I see is escape. But last time I had escape, it just closed out of Discord. So I'm debating here. There's like a red wire, blue wire situation going on.
Just wait until the podcast is done, then we'll cut the wires.
Just wait a couple hours. Yeah, wait like half an hour.
We've been talking for 6 minutes. Let's actually talk about what we came here to talk about. But let's just cut to the chase. I like to go for the
3 houses.
Yeah.
3 houses.
I
purchased.
Casas. Let's get to the fucking. Let's cut to the chase.
Wait. What's emblem in Spanish?
I don't know.
English.
Emblem with like an apostrophe, or my bad, an acento over an e.
Emblem.
No, we're going to jail for that joke.
No, it's literally Emblema.
Fuego Emblema.
Fuego
They didn't beat it, guys. They didn't beat it.
We did it.
Spanish Inquisition is
I don't
coming.
want to go to jail.
We did it, boys. We did it, boys. We're multicultural
But
now.
yeah, let's just. I like
This is a
Super Butterbunch approach when talking about video games, so I just say we come to our so far verdicts because some of us haven't beaten the game yet because some of us have lives. As of now,
some of us are only on chapter 4, and it could be any of us.
Now, from what you guys have played, is the game good?
Yeah. I didn't even have to play it.
I don't like it. It's bad.
Okay, understandable.
It's not
I didn't
fun.
even have to play the game. I could just like look at a picture of Sylvain, and I would know it's good.
The game is fun.
It's a good time. I feel like I'm actually making progress when I'm like teaching them, and while the animations of them like pumping their arms up and down while I click A on horseback riding over and over again.
That sounds
kind of silly.
That's a little
their
weird.
arms pumping up and down shows that I am doing a good job.
It does.
Manuela goes through like a stroke from him doing that. It's a little weird to see like a 40-year-old just start like flailing up and
there
down.
goes
Like, all right.
Grandma.
I like sending my units in to take, certification tests with like 15% passing rate, just to watch, just to see their sad faces.
I have had multiple
Yeah,
cases.
you're a monster.
I have had multiple cases where I have sent units to take a test where they have like a dead 30% to pass, and they have passed. I got Bernadetta.
Oh, I wanna talk about the RNG in this game.
At 30% passing rate.
Alright, so speaking of passing rates and like RNG in general, the like percent chances in Garbo is really weird because it's kind of like always predetermined. Like you can't really save scum it too hard. Like for instance, with Divine Pulse, it tries its hardest to not change anything except for like the one thing you want to change. So like if a unit dies and that unit like leveled up before, and then you go back and have them do something else that still levels them up.
level up.
Yeah, they'll get the same level, which is good if they get a good level up. But if like Dedu or some shit levels like Charm once, and I'm like, oh, great, that's just how it's gonna be for now. Like unless I don't want him to do anything.
That's
for the
one
entire
thing I've
chapter.
noticed is that the fucking time travel thing. But that's chaos theory.
The Mila's turn wheel.
Basically, the turn wheel of this game functions a lot differently from how it did in Echoes, where in Echoes, everything was re-rolled when it came to RNG.
I
literally just restarted it.
The only thing they can do to make it better is just so like I accumulate divine pulses, after so many chapters. So you
Well,
start with like
well,
3 a
do
chapter,
I
and I play
have
like
a
6
mechanic
chapters, and
for
now I have
you?
8. Now I have 18 divine pulses.
Yeah, do I have news for
By
you?
the
I have
end of the
10
game,
right
by
now.
the end
Do you get
of the
more
game-
later in the game?
By the
I
end
have
of the
10.
game, I had 15 divine pulses, and I had not used it any time.
Per map?
Normal mode.
I had something
Yo,
like that for
hard mode, boys.
But I was playing with normal and I was like, man, there's really way too many of these. I'm not really ever at risk of it happening.
Yeah.
And then I got to chapter 15, chapter 17, and chapter 18, and I went, wow, I'm really glad I have this many rewinds because apparently the game decides to kick me in the dick.
Chapter 18 in Blue Lion's hard mode is kind of like the first chapter where I'm like, uh-oh, I gotta use my brain.
I gotta
here.
do
like,
some pro gamer moves,
What? I
boys.
can't just leave Dimitri. I can't just leave Dimitri at the edge of their range in enemy phase. What is this?
Dimitri can't solo the map with the
Damn
jets.
it.
Damn.
Dang it, dude! I
can't
can't just let Didu kill everything with gauntlets. What is this?
Yeah, is it all of a sudden Edelgard and Casper can't solo the map? Jeez.
What do you
What
mean?
happened?
What do I do? What do I do with my
What do you mean I
other
can't
units?
just use
This is
Claude?
insane. Oh,
I'm gonna try and recruit Leonie, but I'm honestly kind of
yes,
like considering not doing
I
it. 'Cause
too
it
am
seems
a
like
big
she just
fan.
wants to bang my dad instead of me.
no.
I
Leonie's cool, bro.
I too
She's
am
the
a big
top
fan
apprentice.
of totally
She's-
not
she's
being
easily-
something
really
she's
out of-
easily
into
the
dad,
cutest.
creepily so.
Come on, she's
What was that?
fucking
You
GA
said
for
Japanese
Persona
words.
4.
Alright. Oh,
Yeah, but
That one chick
weirdly
that's-
obsessed
Yeah.
with your
Fighting
dad.
dude, Gerald's the
He's
best.
got a wicked
Yo,
let's talk
beard.
about Gerald
He's got
for
a
a
Yo, let's
beard.
talk- yeah, okay.
Gerald
He's a
impressions.
cool cavalier.
Yes, guys. Yes, we're all talking about my favorite Fire Emblem character, Grail. Everyone knows.
Hey,
These are
Gerald.
totally... yeah, we're saying the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King
doesn't
Fado.
die.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
No, wait. That would imply Fado had
You know.
Definitely
time.
has some
We're talking...
definitely has some interesting choices made in raising you.
Yeah.
I mean,
But,
but he does get to be, as far as I know, don't say anything, as far as I know, he gets to be added to the beautiful the beautiful very short list of Fire Emblem dads who don't die in 2 chapters. So,
Perhaps.
perhaps.
My thing with Gerald is, it's cool that they did, like, I do wish he was playable, but it's cool that he was like a trainer guy, like he's actually
maybe
around.
they'll give him.
And he's the
Yeah.
narrator.
The story doesn't die in chapter fucking 2.
Like,
Like, he's actually around.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
neat.
Maybe
Like,
they'll give
and
him
when
like
he narrates,
some
it's
sort of
hilarious.
equivalent to a playable version of him in like a trial map or something, because we are getting DLC.
Or a,
We
s-
could
Ooh,
yeah,
yes.
or a
actually
side
get- I
or a
would love
side
to see
story
that. I would
with
love
him
to see the
maybe.
return
Yeah.
of trial maps from.
Because they said they don't want to do any. They said I remember seeing that they said they don't want to do any sort of extra route or
Okay.
here's a golden ending or anything.
Yeah.
So my guess is it's all going to be side
Hypothetical
stories
side.
and like
What it's probably
things
going to
that take
be
place
is Final
outside.
Fantasy
Paralogs.
15 took a similar approach in which all the DLC episodes happened between like the time Noctis was gone between certain chapters.
you know,
well,
Oh,
no,
wait.
it's better than 15
Wait, yeah, hang on.
because they haven't cut up parts of the game and been like, I've got to go now. Where are you going? To
I'll
DLC
see you
land.
in
You can buy
episode
it in,
prompto,
like 5 months.
Noctis.
Yeah, that. Oh, wait. Yeah, they had that in Echoes, no, not Echoes, and like, well, I guess Echoes, Awakening Echoes, the 3DS titles, where it's like, here's the DLC portal, away we go. But like you were saying, like how they filled in what Noctis was doing, like with the DLC. You know how many times Gerald has just went to do
Yes, I
something?
cannot
So
wait.
Yeah.
I
I
cannot
really
wait
think
for
Gerald's gonna be
Final
the
Fantasy
DLC.
15.
no, whenever
episode
Gerald, whenever
Yes.
Gerald goes to do something, he's just recording his lines for the beginning of every month.
Oh, you're
where he gets to explain the meaning behind the blue corn moon to him.
I mean,
Alright,
they're
God-
all
God
to
damn
be
it,
fair,
Maria.
it's all very much like
Part 1.
I have a mission because I'm also employed now.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He is part of the
Can
Knights
we
of
do-
Saros.
Looks
so
like I
he's-
have a real job.
Can
Oh,
we
man.
talk about how Ray is just like, oh, it's him and it's this kid. Do you want to be a professor, kid? It's like,
Would you like to be a teacher? And like Hanneman is just like,
And
I studied
Zenith
for
is off in the
15
fucking
years to
corner
get this
like,
job, and
Rayo,
some
what the fuck?
fucking bumpkin.
Dude,
reminds
Hanneman
me
is the
of
man.
fucking-
He's so
he's like a
underrated.
Yo,
skinny
Hanneman
dude.
is
He's
the man.
good. He's good.
He
I
is.
know I bring up another Ruby comparison, but like it's hard for me not to make
Meanwhile-
comparisons.
Get out of here.
Meanwhile,
Yo,
Manuel is
I know
basically
nothing
just
about
Miss
Ruby.
Crabapple.
I
My
feel
My friend was
From
into
The
Ruby a couple
Simpsons.
years ago. I pretended to watch it. I got to like episode 2. I don't want to watch it.
you know
I know about it though.
I'm feeling so left out because the only thing I know about Ruby is Yang is cute, and I have very limited knowledge
Yang
about
is
Final
hot.
Fantasy 15 because my brother bought it and played it for like 30 minutes, then never played it again.
Final
Yang
that
is-
is
yo,
pretty much
15
my
inch
knowledge.
graphic
You know what
cards,
it
it's
is?
like
I
14.
know.
Have you ever seen
I just like
fucking-
I just
Have you ever
driving.
seen any movie about like 4 dudes on a road trip? Imagine that, but one of the dudes is getting magical superpowers all
Yeah,
along
yeah.
the way.
Yeah, I like
Like
just
Pokemon.
driving around the desert and like every 30 seconds
Prompto
Prompto
or Gladio
says something funny,
and
that's just
then
kind of the game.
Ignis finds
Yeah,
a new
and then
recipe.
towards the end of the game, they go,
And then
"Oh
Noctis
right, we have a
remembers,
plot
oh yeah,
we
the
have
plot.
to deal
I'm
with."
supposed to be getting married in Altissia or some shit.
Oh yeah, don't
She'll
forget to
upgrade
stop
your
by
car into a
Tits
fucking
McGee
monster
at the
truck.
gas station.
Oh, I can't wait.
Ever?
Yes.
Yo, don't spoil it, man. Spoilers.
We're one number off from 16, which is the
Yeah.
Fire Emblem we're supposed to be talking about. So, here's a little
I
quick whatever
love
we
the
can all
ability
do.
to
What's your
run the
favorite
monastery,
thing
even
about the
though
game
it
so
feels
far?
kind
you know?
of. You can clip through anything, and a lot of stuff feels not really properly ran. If this were a
Hell yeah.
Pokemon game, there'd be fires in the street.
All right, so
Monastery pro tip:
Yeah.
don't look up. It's scary. Don't do it. Like if you look up and start walking,
Ignore the
ugh,
stalls. Ignore the food stalls. Do not
don't look
them.
at the.
don't,
Don't eat the fruit.
Okay,
Guys,
okay.
we
Number
have to
one.
give them slack. It's made on the Warriors engine. It's not meant for. They're not meant to have that high quality text.
All right, number one. Best thing about Three Houses is Flane's hair is as big as the rest of her body. And
Yeah.
the number one worst thing about Three Houses is I can't pet the
Flane.
cats.
Can't pet the
Oh,
cat.
that, yeah.
Shit
Yes,
game.
that's
Why
pretty
can't I
bad.
pet the
Dude.
goddamn cats? I
There were
can't
like
pet
4
the
cats
dogs.
lining up in the dining hall. Why can't I do anything with them?
I literally like walk through them, and I'm like, I stepped on a cat. Do
Casper
I get
gets
fired
to pet
now?
the cat. Ash gets to pet the cat. Why can't we? What the heck?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's very disappointing. I'd probably say my favorite part, seriously, would be probably just how, like, I know obviously you guys playing most of the older Fire Emblems would have more, like, they had better writing, but going after the last couple games I played was like
The
Awakening
writing in this
Fates
game is
and
legitimately well done.
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
The writing is so
It's
so
okay,
much
but
better.
Hold on for a second, Jack. I feel I'm inclined. What's the word? I feel obliged to inform you
There we go.
that you really shouldn't say that the older
Yeah,
Fire Emblem
I have
games
actually
writing
come.
is very good
I
either.
myself.
Yeah, you're not.
I mean,
I mean, my favorite game is FE7.
Relatively
have
speaking, I'm assuming they're better than Fates.
To be
That's
fair,
true. I mean,
They're all
Gun
better
to
than
the
Fates.
Face is
Yeah,
better
you're not
than
wrong in
Fates.
thinking that.
But I mean,
Yeah.
has Mecha made like 13 videos about how bad?
It's like I played like the prologue of Sacred Stone.
That
or
was
whatever the one
FE7.
that had Lyn. I played that. That was
That
the
So
writing
you
is
just
Blade
call it
was-
FE7 and call
Blade-
it a day
Blade-
there.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like-
watched
wait.
that episode.
it was a long time ago because it was back during my emulator heyday when I was trying things and
The
Didn't
only
really
game I ever
stay
finished
with
during my
many games
Fi
that I
emulator
tried
phase was
then.
Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. No, it has a sequel on the DS, Castlevania
'cause I
Dawn
keep
of
going,
Sorrow.
GBA. Yeah.
I have that one, and I tried playing it when I was like 8 or something. I couldn't figure out how to get past like the first 10
Fucking
minutes. There's like a
pea-brain.
bridge you need to jump over. I just gave up. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yo,
Not gotten past it
yo,
since.
me with Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy when I was like 7. There was like one vine jump at the very like first level, and I literally spent like an hour trying to do it like in the car one time and gave up for the rest of my life.
I am an alpha gamer.
I'm a gamer.
Oh, that was a big spike on that
I-
mask. You can't wait to have Reese deal with that shit.
Yeah,
Good
but
luck, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be scared. Yeah.
yeah, I just think that if compared to the last couple that I played, like it just feels like a significant improvement, especially in terms of the support and the characters. Which I really appreciate how much. I really appreciate how much the characters, not only they all have like actual backstories and reasons for acting the way they are, but also that a lot of them have, as you explore supports, a lot of them have like neat crossovers in that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's like here's my backstory. It's incredibly static and no one else knows anything about it. Whereas in this, it's much more like, oh, the people from the same houses, some of them would have met previously, so obviously some of them are long-time friends, whereas others had encounters in the past but didn't remember or didn't realize. So like I really appreciate that, and the main story from the Black Eagles route, at least, I thought was really well done, and I'm really excited to see the other routes, because it feels much more morally grey in general. Like
No,
one
you're
seems
not.
to have a very clear like, I'm right.
Yeah, like, because in the Blue Lions route especially, like, seeing what Edelgard does, right now where I'm at, Dimitri finally stopped going sicko mode on anything that can move. But, like, he talks to Edelgard, and, like, literally is just like, okay, I can kind of see where you're
It's
coming
literally
from,
the fucking.
but I still
it's the
don't agree
fucking
with you
moment
at
from,
all.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
So it's like kind of that, like,
Cool motive.
everyone.
Still murder.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah,
Cool
still-
motive, still murder.
Yeah, I think,
God, I
and I
love
think
that show.
like, from what I can work out from what I've seen from the other heard about the other routes so far, is
From
it seems
what
very
it
much
seems
like
from what I've gotten from
I don't know
everybody
about
else
Claude,
playing
'cause
the
I feel
other
like
routes,
Claude's,
Golden
like,
Gear
separate
is
from
sort of
this,
considered
but
Yeah,
the
I have no
neutral
idea
it
what
path.
feels.
If I were to,
Yeah.
if
very
I were
well,
to split them
in-
up
in Blue
into-
Lions-
if I were to split
okay,
them
here's
out
one
Aren't
thing
into
all of the
complain
Golden
about
Gear just kind of
classifications,
on plot all the time?
You made the joke of Shin Megami Sensei, but that's kind of the best way to summarize it is chaos, law, and order. Or
Yeah.
chaos, law, and neutral. I fucked up. Law and
No.
order. Dun dun.
Yeah. What's up?
I guess.
Dun dun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause,
and
like, one of-
Edelgard,
Take the L.
I'll take a turn. My bad.
Yeah.
I'll grab the
Yeah.
talking stick.
The
But
conch.
Edelgard really seems like, I don't know how true this is, but it seems like she has the sacrifices to save many kind of attitude. Like, I'm just gonna try to kill as many people as possible and then rebuild or whatever. Like, just start this war because whatever's, like, it's better than if we let whatever's going on now keep continuing. But it's like, I don't. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, because in like, because with Dimitri's route, like,
Yeah,
he's
'cause this is
weirdly
this is
doing the
spoiler-free
same
of a
thing now.
podcast
Like,
as
I'm not
we're
really
going
gonna
to try to
spoil
get.
it, but like, Edelgard.
Yeah. I won't
Pretty much.
say any. I won't
Yeah.
say any spoilers.
But like, Edelgard's plan is to just like clobber the kingdom, destroy the alliance, and then just be like the big emperor. No Church of Saros, no nothing. Just like everything's one empire. But being Dimitri and the Blue Lions and Kingdom of Fargus, we're doing the same thing technically, because she's literally laying the groundwork for us to just, like, we took back the kingdom, obviously, that's kind of early on, and then it's like, we go help the alliance, it's like, now we're gonna go battle the emperor, so it's like, I don't know if this
You
actually is
gotta
gonna happen,
understand.
but it's like, it's gearing up to
Edelgard's
look like
cat
Dimitri's just gonna actually
slashed
unify
fucking
the
Dimitri's
continent,
eye
and
out,
Edelgard
and
doesn't
now he
realize
wants
that at all.
revenge.
Just weird.
It's like Nick Fury and Captain Marvel.
But
He's lost more than he.
Oh yeah.
The
One thing
last
that's
time
weird,
he trusted someone, he lost his eye.
No,
Probably the same way Nick Fury.
Eye patch boys. I wonder how Har lost his eye. How do Fire Emblem characters all lose their? Did he try and hit on Vida from FE7 and just got yoked?
Sounds right.
but yeah, no, because without going into any spoilers for the Black Eagles route, I feel like a lot of it is very much like both Dimitri and Edelgard. They have good reasons to fight, but without having when they don't have the professor to kind of help guide them and stop them from going
They
too
go
far,
crazy. Go stupid.
they kind of lose it, or at least lose sight of certain aspects.
They're just a big
like-
ball of
'cause
eggs that
literally-
eventually they crack.
Wait, yeah. In the Black Eagle story,
Jack has beaten.
Jack, have you
Black
finished
Eagles.
it? Like, did you already?
Oh
beat
yeah,
that?
I finished it. Yeah.
All right,
Oh, you're
Or I
close to
fini-
the end.
I
and I'm on chapter 20 of
Yeah.
Blue Lions right now. I don't know.
So I'm like
Yeah.
infinitely far behind. Christ.
Yeah, I've been
Without going-
grinding, man.
Without going too into detail, there is one important thing people should know about the Black Eagles is there is actually technically 2 routes in that.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's without going into detail, again without going too into spoilers, Edelgard
Does the thing she did.
has a very valid reason as to why she why she does the thing she does, and also why the world needs to change. Without spoiling anything, it's the 2 routes are basically side with Edelgard or side with the church. And that's about as far as I can go without any major
Yeah,
spoilers.
you sided
But-
with Edelgard, right? Assuming.
Yeah, I sided with Edelgard
Yeah.
because
So here's one thing.
even from the beginning of the game, the church
Because
kind
screw
of doesn't do a
organized
good.
religion.
The entirety of the church.
The
Sure,
church
yeah, let me-
doesn't do a good
Well,
job
That's why
being
kinda
like,
just didn't
yeah,
have
we
much
are.
choice but to at least help out the people part of it. I still felt, this feels like fucking
Yeah.
pre-separation of church and state England over here.
Yeah. But the
It's
Church
like-
of
yeah, it's
Saros
like-
is super weird because, like, in the Blue Lions route, we're technically helping them. Like, right now, everyone's whining about, please go save Rhea. Like, okay, Cyril, shut up, I'm getting to it. Like, chill, bro. But, like, it's super weird because Gerald, at the start, he's like, don't trust Rhea. So you're like, oh, like, this is kind of ambiguous. Like, she might be evil or might totally be evil. But then there's nothing to really,
I trust
like,
her or
guide
not?
you either way.
Gerald,
Like,
make
it's
up
just
your damn mind.
Super weird.
Well,
Like,
that's
'cause
why I
Rhea,
And then Rhea's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
so
you go.
ominous.
The first time you see her,
Rhea's so ominous when she, like the first time you go out and fight bandits, and she's like, teach them a
Order
lesson
66.
about
She's
those
like,
who think to disagree
execute
with the
anyone
church,
who
and I'm like,
resists.
I'm not gonna spoil this,
She's-
Django, but
Y'all-
literally on the last chapter before the time skip, she does something, but what's even more annoying to me is she says something. She's like, Professor
not
or whatever.
what I
By now you've probably
expected.
figured out who I am. I'm like, oh, let's see. And she does something. I'm like, that's not what I was thinking at all. Like that didn't help. Like what?
Wait,
Even
is
more
Rhea your
confusing.
real dad? Is that what happens? Is Rhea
No,
is
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, by now you figured out who I am. I'm like, my
Mom?
You
mom?
might.
It's like, no, you're
Ghost
not.
mom?
I'm not your mom. Like, never mind. Like, I'm so lost, Ray. Like, this doesn't make sense. I need an
Yeah,
Did you lay this egg?
actually, the secret is Gerald is your mom and Rhea is your
Gerald
dad.
laid an egg.
It's like, man, I know about it's weird because I feel like because I haven't seen the whole of the Blue Lions and the Volunteer route, there are some major revelations in the Black Eagle runs, and I'm like, would they even come up at all in the other routes? Because I honestly don't know whether they would.
But
Like,
it's
there's
not
some really
a bad
there's
what
some
the fuck,
really
I
big
guess.
ones that make you go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like,
In
no,
the
like
line-
it's a well done, but it's still just like
Yeah.
you're kind of like, well, how would this happen if I wasn't on this side? Because a lot of them kind of, it's basically like, and it's hard because like part of it is like Edelgard's entire motivation is kind of related to a lot of those big revelations that you find out, and you go, okay, this actually makes a lot of sense. But same time, it's like I can tell that in the other routes, at the very least, it's like you can understand why you wouldn't necessarily agree with, and how Edelgard could very easily go over the line and cross into the, go too far. It's a very fine line she's trying to walk in. When the professor sides with her, she can do it, but without having that sort of guidance, because again, without any spoilers, she the professor's kind of the only person who she kind of is like, you're like actually treat me as an equal and like are willing to like call me out on stuff. Whereas, Hubert is, yes, I will do whatever you say, man.
Yeah, Hubert cannot be a good influence. He's like the bad representation of Edelgard. Because like every time you see Hubert,
he's very much
awful.
He's very much I will do whatever it takes.
I caught Hubert
so that
dealing crack to kids.
Your goals are achieved, even if they're not morally good. Although it is kind of funny because they kind of imply that Hubert's deliberately doing the dark and edgy thing just for giggles, which is, great. But
yeah, like when I hear him talk, whenever he's like a boss, he'd be like, alright, looks like you guys fell into my trap. Hey, archers, get the ballista ready. Ha, Dimitri, I'll take you down. Hey, Edelgard, I'll be back in a second. Like, he's not fully committed.
He's
to being
either Yu-Gi-Oh antagonist
like
or generic.
He's either normal or like, it's weird.
I think he enjoys people's reactions. He's Yu-Gi-Oh antagonist or reply guy.
I like a lot of the little things in Three Houses. I like how like the generic students that like aren't anyone important. I love like the just very short voice line, like little speech bubbles that pop up every once in a while. I think my favorite one that I've ever seen was one girl in one generic NPC in the Black Eagles common room on the very first day when I went to just meet everyone. Was just like, she said, Hubert is so cute. I love broody boys. I'm like, this man is like 30. Get out of here.
Dude, those are the weirdest quests. They'll make you deliver like love letters to people. One person made me deliver one to Rhea, which I'm like, that's crossing the line, dude. And even more so, some dude gave one to Alois. I'm like, he's married. Chill. What are you?
Yeah, it's
what are you giving one to Alois for?
She just sort of looks at it as like,
yeah, and Ray is actually, funnily enough, okay with that. Like, she kind of reacts like, oh, okay, that's neat. It's like, she's like, oh, that's cute. I don't think she intends anything, but it's like, just very much like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's
the gatekeeper, as played by my boy Kyle
it's
McCarley.
To me, and I love, we've got to highlight the best NPC. By far the best. The gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper.
I want
best,
Fire Emblem 3
Why
Houses
can't we romance him?
Gatekeeper.
0 out of 10.
Gatekeeper DLC, dude. He's gonna join the class.
Yeah.
Yo.
Like Athos
Yeah.
or Gato from
Can
Shadow
Gatekeeper
Dragon.
be like our 11th hour old man unit? Like after like very like Athos or like Athos or Corel.
Where was the gatekeeper?
Yeah.
Where was the gatekeeper
so like
showing?
Athos and
Why
FP7
didn't he
or
show
like
up at the last
Royals
moment?
And then I come in
He
to
should have been the
save
big damn
the
hero
day.
showing up at the end, like of
Yeah.
each route, just like it's okay, guys. The gatekeeper's here to fight.
Instead of his usual nothing to report, he gets like really serious. Something to report, Professor. I'm gonna join.
We have
Something to report, Professor. I have to go sicko mode.
Going on
Solo's
to the topic
final
of
boss.
characters,
Yes. I mean, all right. Oh
Gatekeepers,
yeah, but
one shots, the
Wait,
final
she
boss.
is?
talking about Hubert again and like the
I
retainers.
did not know
One
that.
thing that's really weird is that Hilda is Claude's retainer, which is like you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can't
That's
recruit
racist.
her if you're. You can't recruit her if you're a black eagle, but you can if you're a blue lion. Mainly because like both the blue lions and the golden deer. It's racist. Yeah,
I
because
always
they're
just
both
thought
like
Claude
shared
would just
goal in
not
fighting
have
Empire
one.
or whatever. But yeah, like I thought Lorenz would be for the longest time, but what Lorenz does in the Blue Lion story is kind of weird. But
Can we?
yeah,
want
but
to
like
talk
he's
about
always
how-
hanging out with Hilda, like she's the guy that she's talking to or whatever. But with Hubert
Can we
in the
talk-
Black Eagle story, does Edelgard like Hubert? Like at all, or is
It's kind of treated as more because best way I can put it is because Dorothea tries to like find out, and she's very much like tries to tease Hubert about it. He's just like no,
Yeah.
like as far as he's very much he's not opposed to the idea if Edelgard were to ask him, but he's not like.
To quote the guy
He's
from
very.
Deus
His
Ex,
house was raised.
I didn't
like
ask for
his
this.
house has served her house for like
Bramflix.
generations and that. So he's kind of her out. He's kind of her Alfred. He's kind of her Alfred, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
like
but-
Batman.
like, what I
he-
wanna-
he-
Because Dedue kind of fills the same position, but with Dimitri and Dedue, Dimitri actually wants to be like friends with him.
I
He, like, really
love
likes
that
Dedue.
dynamic.
Yeah, it's great. Like Dedue is like, "I'll die for you." Dimitri's like, "Don't do that."
threw
like,
off my
dude,
groove.
Bro, we're
It's like-
just,
sorry,
we're
it's
just
like-
want you to
doing-
act like
it's
Sylvain
bro,
or some
you're
crap,
throwing
just
off
be
my
there.
groove. Don't die for me.
Yeah,
It's
but
just-
it does.
It's
Does
just
Edelgard
every
feel
support.
that? Like, does Edelgard even care about Hubert, or is she just like,
No,
"All right"?
she
butler.
does. She
Does Edelgard
she
have
cares. She
feelings
cares.
for people?
She
Petra.
Edelgard does. She's actually Edelgard is actually at least on her side. She's actually surprisingly like caring a lot of the time. Like and that's why I think it's like it makes sense that she has to put up a lot of the facade of being the strong emperor to be. So like some people kind of see her like kind of a little bit put off by that, but she actually does legitimately is very caring to in pretty much all her supports. And like even with Hubert, it's like it's very clear that they've known each other for a long time, and she respects him a lot. But she's also kind of like, okay, you
Can't keep
you
doing
can't
this,
keep
Hubert.
doing
You're
dark
giving a bad
things
impression of the
in
kids.
secret without telling me. Because he kind of just that's the interesting thing with Hubert is he's not a yes man. Like he actually does bring up points again like he agrees with her goals and that, but he's also like this person needs to be put out of her get out it needs to be is an obstacle, needs to be removed. I don't need to tell her that I'm doing this because she won't approve.
Oh. Okay.
Like he's very much like willing to do the dirty things that he doesn't think Edelgard will want.
I feel like that's something that you need to experience in the Black Eagles route.
Yeah,
alone,
definitely.
Because I think Hubert serves as like a huge kind of like I don't know, like drawaway or something from what they're actually doing. Because in the Blue Lions, like if you're not like thinking about Edelgard at all you ever really see is just her and Hubert.
I'm going to burn your house
Hubert kinda
down,
acts like
poison your
Dimitri,
water
well,
supply, and
angry
put a
Dimitri.
plague
Like,
upon
he's
your
just like,
houses.
I'm gonna kill you guys all, poison your water supply and shit. But since you
What is this, Fallout 3?
since you only ever see Hubert with Edelgard, you just assume Edelgard's like Hubert or whatever. That's weird.
Yeah, no, it's kind. Again, I think it's very much the way it's I feel like it's a deliberate thing where it's like
They don't know
you
your
don't get
story.
to know
They don't know
why
your
they're
life.
doing the things they are on the different sides because, well, they wouldn't necessarily get to know either.
Yeah.
But I
Did you
think
know your
that,
life?
like Hubert is interesting because he actually does seem. There are certain points where he does seem to he does have care about certain people, but it's like very much like, how can I put this? It's very much a case of like Edelgard is his #1 priority, and he is willing to do whatever it takes. Like he straight up at one point is just
body
like,
your ass,
even when
old
you're
man.
on the on the Black Eagle side, he's straight up like, if anything happens, I will assassinate you, and you're like,
Hubert?
you're like, wow, okay, calm
Hubert
down.
is the pinnacle of like empty threats in my opinion, because every chapter he's on,
He's not.
If he's the commander and it says
All right,
defeat
boys,
commander,
do
I'm like, yes, it's Hubert. Hell yeah! All right, let's get the one shot out of the way.
I'd say we wrap up at
Oh
least
my God.
with.
Yeah, because it's funny.
We are
Black
passing
Eagle's
up on
running.
40
So far,
minutes.
who's your favorite
Alright,
character
but
so
should we wrap up sometime soon?
Yeah, we'll shoot for around 50 or something.
Okay, then for you boys, for you idiots, other than Sylvain.
Brody, okay. Reese and I don't get to say Sylvain.
Other than Sylvain.
Jack, you want to go first?
Okay, how about we?
Leone. I love Leone. I have literally no problems with her.
Leone's cute, but I haven't talked to her yet. I got a recruiter, but my lance rank is like
Leone?
still E, so I need to get that up soon.
Leone joined, and I've been in the middle of the chapter for like an hour now. Let me check her stats right now. 33 strength, 36 dex, 33 speed, 31 defense, BST of 206. She's a monster. You are missing out, Ombre. She is bows, by the way. This game fixed bows.
Yo,
Ash
dude,
and
Ingrid
Leone are crucial, man.
Ingrid though,
Dude.
I'm making Ingrid bows because I felt like it.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Literally a goddess. It's beautiful. I think probably Ingrid.
I benched Leone long before I recruited Bernadetta.
Oh my god, really? You just recruited Bernadetta and benched Leone, you monster.
How dare
Bernadetta
you?
is amazing.
The only 3
How dare you
students
kill
I've killed.
Ferdinand? Now
Four,
one will start.
You killed Raphael.
Bernadetta, and Ferdinand and Lorenz. Ferdinand was the only one I had to kill, and Lorenz. Ferdinand and Lorenz were the ones I had to kill, but I felt bad, mainly because after killing Ferdinand, since I had Dorothy on my team, because she was a joke to recruit, it was easy money, it was just like authority and charm. But then she's just like, Professor sucks, like what, we killed Ferdy. Ferdy is dead. Like, I thought you didn't like him. Like, okay, whatever, but...
I actually want to recruit Ferdy, because I've heard he's like Kent, and I want the Kent to Sylvain same.
Ferdinand is great. He has, like, he starts off, you think he's like a real jerk, and then it's like, you go through people's support, and you're like, you actually see it's like, okay, they're, like, again, they do a good job of being like, he's actually got. He's actually really nice underneath the. Yeah. I am a noble, so I have to be the noblest noble that ever nobled.
Yeah, just super seriously.
I think Ingrid and Ferdinand need to have a nobleness fight to see who's who's the more noble.
Things I don't like are when characters just repeat the same garbo. Like, I still like the characters, but the worst offenders have to be Marianne, especially, Mercedes, her voice in general.
Yo, dude, Mercedes, it's literally garbage.
Mercedes' voice or her as a unit?
Her voice. She's fine as a unit. I like her as a healer just because
she's the most busted healer ever. She has Physic with like 22 range right now.
Dude, she gets Physic. I love how she gets Physic in like chapter 2. It's great.
It's so helpful. But Mercedes' voice, man. Dorothy fan, what did you do? That's so bad. It's not a voice, it's a balloon.
You literally like drank some helium and then like recorded the voice lines and then like pitched it up 2 octaves.
Wow,
what are you doing?
It sounds like any of us if we try to do a Minnie Mouse impression. Like, come on, man. Annie, it's me, Mercedes.
It's me. I tried to do a high voice.
And she's important too. She's the only character that has like any vague relation to the Death Knight. So like, without going into spoilers, but like into the chapter, it's like, it's the Death Knight. It's like, can anyone else talk to this guy? Why Mercedes? Mega Man, Mega Man.
Can I have a
I knew I
translator,
recognized
please?
it.
Yes.
Can't believe.
Can't believe it was Aaron Hansen voicing Mercedes.
Oh no. Maybe
Oh boy, Ego Raptor.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was talking about characters that just, like, repeat traits a lot, but, like, because Mercedes and Ingrid are really the same, where they're like, oh, I want to be, like, just a healer, a priest, whatever, that's nice to people, and Ingrid's like, I want to be a knight, but our parents, they want us to marry and have a crest, and then all the supports and pilots just like, why don't you just not just do what you want to do, and they're like, oh, really? I can do that? Like, yes, what?
No, you know what?
What you want to do.
I like the way you said it. It's like, no, you don't marry and have kids. You marry and have a crest. That's that's what it's about.
Yeah,
that's what Sylvain says.
Every
that's
noble
what
family
is
is
for.
Endeavor from My Hero Academia.
Sylvain and Mercedes support. Oh, another thing I'm gonna complain about is the amount of people I see on Twitter that are like, I thought I didn't like this character, but then I actually looked at the character and I liked the character. Like, man, it's crazy how that works. Like,
almost like you judged a book by its cover, liberal.
Everyone is just like, I don't usually like the Sylvain archetype, but they're actually really good. It's like, all the other archetypes are probably like that, but you probably just didn't read their supports. But either way, whatever.
Yeah. But I'd probably say my...
Yeah, everybody in this fandom. Everybody in this fandom is fucking Jared 19.
What's up? I'm 15 years old and I don't know how to read.
Yo, what up?
These
Jared
characters
19.
are trash. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no. My favorite characters are probably. It's really hard because I actually really grew to love pretty much everyone in that house. But I'll probably say, Dorothea and. Yeah, Dorothea was great because, yeah, her backstory was actually really interesting. Without going into spoilers, it's like really interesting, and I feel that it makes. It's one of those things where you just feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
Like, and you totally understand. It makes everything make complete sense, and she's just has a lot of really fun interactions with the other characters.
Well, now
pretty much every support she has in the Black Eagles is just hilarious.
I wish I could see some of her Black Eagles ones. I'm probably gonna join them next. Because like all of her Blue Lion ones are so genuine. Like, you think you're in for a funny time with like her and Sylvain, but instead it just gets like super serious like right off the bat. Like, oh.
That happens with Black Eagles as well.
Yeah.
Dedue and Sylvain's support is great.
Dedue and Sylvain's support is so good because
their C support is so funny because like Dedue is just like, hey man, I'm from Dusker, you probably won't like me, and Sylvain just dives into all of this, rational politics, and Dedue's like, I thought you only cared about women.
Literally stops.
Dedue's like, I thought you only cared about women, and Sylvain's just like, thank you.
It's so good, yeah, and Dedue is everyone's reaction to Sylvain. They're like, hello Sylvain, woman I suppose, and he's like, actually I have all this to say about crests and how I'm an actually, like, super well-rounded character, and then he's just, he literally has to stop and do a double take, like, oh,
and then
right,
they're all just like, wow, I thought you only wanted women, and he takes it as a compliment.
Yeah, slight outsider because every other one of his... The only other Blue Lion I was able to recruit.
What do you like about Sylvain as a slight outsider perspective?
His hair.
Ah, yes, Felix. Felix is hard to do when you're.
I love
Felix.
Felix and Dimitri though. Dimitri's like, "Hi, Felix. How are you doing today?" And Dimitri's like, "Fuck off, scum."
Yeah, Sylvain's like.
Yeah, I think the. Sorry.
Lysithia.
I
My
think
sword was at
the only
six,
person I was able to recruit actually happened.
Lysandra is the
post
villain.
time
No,
skip,
Lysandra is the
Damn.
villain from
There was
Pokemon
like
X
it was
and Y.
Lysandra. I was actually given an when I Lysithea. Sorry.
Lysandra is a
Lysandra.
much
I
better
was thinking
name.
of
Oh my god.
Lysandra. Yo, I don't get
Lysithea.
Lysithea. Is she like a weird, like, lolly tsundere? What is it?
Lysandra, it was you.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of the Pro ZD character. You know, he's like Lysandra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no. But no, it's like it was interesting. She was the only character who I was able to recruit because just at the time I was trying to balance my stats and my things, and I ended up not being good enough to recruit anyone.
My buy list was poop garbage. He had like C and everything. I just recently started getting like B and A ranks, and I'm on chapter 20.
I went into 3 houses as Golden Deer Run with blank expectations, so I expected the writing to at worst I expected it at best to be sort of basic, but Sylvain made me actually know, yeah, this game is a lot better than I expected it to be just by this character's writing alone. To the point where I decided to S-support Sylvain. The S-support art here is like a big-ass jump from even the Awakening Confessions art.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Dude, the S supports have such good art. I'm so ready for the Leone one.
It's so good! And I really love how it looks.
Those were fine, but they were what you expected, and then in this game it's just like, alright, like, this is the art style I came for, that's good, like, damn.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
really
these have
good.
been our first impressions of Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Shamir looks a little weird, but other than that, it's cool.
Catherine's cute.
These were definitely probably the meeting. I feel like for a
Out of
classic that
all
I
of the
can
first
see Fire
impressions
Emblem
I've heard of
Houses
Fire
becoming,
Emblem houses,
one of
these
those games
were
that people
definitely
highly
some of them.
recommend getting a Switch
You guys
for.
got any closing
Kind of
thoughts?
like what Spider-Man PS4 was for me and why I wanted a PS4. Like I only got the PS4 because of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely say that. I think I feel like this game has. It's funny because from what I've seen from most of the like looking into the Fire Emblem community, it seems like it's done a really good job of actually bringing most, if not most of the people together, and it managed to kind of satisfy.
Yeah, win
pretty much
conditions
everyone
aren't Path of
to some
Radiance,
extent.
so it's
like,
not
there's
good.
there's some issues that you could definitely say, like, I understand the maps aren't as varied and the win conditions could be more different,
Yeah.
but at the same time I think it does so much. Like, they changed a lot, and as someone who is admittedly has been semi-casual but wanting to jump back in and, you know, I've wanted to give Fire Emblem another proper shot. Like, I just haven't had the opportunity.
And was
And
this truly
this was
the revival you're looking for?
This was absolutely phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
would
more
say it's
Awakening
one of my
save
game of the
for
years,
Houses.
but this year has given
I
me
feel
like
not only
5
is it
game of the
like
years
I feel
already,
like
and
it's
I'm
one of those
kind of
games
like,
you totally
no,
get Switch for,
how
like,
can I choose
even if
between
you
my
haven't
children?
played Fire Emblem,
It
is a really
yeah,
good
really
starting
loved it.
I think we have finally found like finally an entry point that everyone can agree on.
This is a
You know,
great
some people
introduction
say
for
Sacred
Fire
Stones,
Emblem, and
some say FE7,
Yeah.
some say Awakening.
And it's all downhill from here.
Say, FE7 is good because it's the GBA games are incredibly simple, and it has a tutorial for the stupid
It
Americans
has all
in
the
2001.
archetypes.
And
all,
Sacred Stones is good because
mechanics.
it's easy.
Yeah.
I think it makes a really
Except
good,
for the
like,
ghost ship.
very accessible, like, entry point, because
The best way
Yeah,
I
even
could
though there
easily
is a
describe
lot
Three Houses
to
in
the
like
game,
one
it explains
sentence is
pretty much
a
most
similar
of the
quote I've
mechanics
seen
really
used
well.
specifically on
There's a ton of
the
options
loading
for
screen
adjusting
Final
how
Fantasy 15,
easy or
but just
difficult
replace it with Fire Emblem.
you want the
I
game.
feel
And
Three Houses is a good Fire Emblem for both first-timers and long-time fans of the series.
Yeah.
Battalions are weird.
Yeah,
I've
definitely.
rarely used them, but I can see
alright, so I've got
I can
two
see where
things
they
I
could
want
be
everyone's
used.
opinions on as like a little closing statement. What are everyone's thoughts on like battalions and brigades or whatever, and what are things you'd want changed to the game? For battalions, the only ones I use are the ones that have blaze, which is where you push the fucking explosive barrel. Cause that thing's busted. You only get to use it once. That's how OP it is. Cause it blows
like
up
the
in like a
ones
wide
that,
range.
I like the ones
so
that
it
can
just
take out
murders
a beast
beasts,
and like
and it does
that
like
can take
40
out a beast's
plus
guard
damage.
and, like,
Or
Yeah,
I'll
those
use
are-
like wave
those are
attack.
I like the
All the
healing
big ones. The
I
healing one would be
use
really
the Church of Saros priests.
so pointless. Yeah, which is
Also-
blaze and wave attack, because those hit everything, or like firestorm or whatever. But my mages don't have authority.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of my most used was actually Stride. That was insanely useful because it basically
Sylvain has that.
yeah, because
Well,
I had
his-
it
his
with
Gautier Knights.
I had it with Ferdinand when I was in like having him as cavalry, and it was
Yeah.
like cast Stride at the start, pretty much up to eight of my units, depending on how they were placed, could get double their movement basically, and all of a sudden what was initially like, oh, I've got to edge up, be careful, or whatever becomes, yeah, we're right in the thick of it, and you can use it twice as well, so it's like anytime you need to make huge jumps in movement, or you're in a sticky situation you need to get out of there quickly, it's really helpful.
Just hit that stride with spaces in between the letters and it's all on account.
Yeah, it's like
It's
you just
so
see
good.
just see the like your swag, like some sort of like really like flashy walk down the street.
Just moonwalks 20 tiles
It's
away.
like- No,
It's so good
yeah.
to just end a chapter just like in a snap. It's like, okay, I'm halfway
The beast,
down the map,
the
but
beasts are honestly
the commander's
how
right
I
there,
feel
and I don't want to fight
big
any more
bosses
beasts,
should be
so
handled in
cast
Fire
Stride and
Emblem.
everyone just bum rush to Death Knight. Like,
How do
chapter
you guys
over.
feel about the beasts? Actually, I feel like that's also a good.
I haven't
have-
fought the beast yet.
Yeah, because they have multiple health bars without going into fucking question marks, and like whenever you break like a shield or something, or if they have full shields, they'll gain a skill like Death Blow. But I have a really fun time fighting them because you actually have to
because
like
there are some
change
beasts
up
that,
your strategy.
with
It's
their
not like,
shields
okay,
can
let's just
negate
clobber
crits,
this guy,
and,
try to get a crit and take out the health
you know,
bar.
for some units,
It's like you need
for
to
some
Yeah.
units
decide
like
how to
Felix,
do like a shield
who-
break.
my
who can
Felix
do that,
in my
like,
run
if you have an
relied
archer who can
entirely
attack
on
safely
crits.
without getting like counterattacked. Yeah.
and
and
there's
some
also
regen the
oh
shields.
god.
My Felix just does raw damage. I haven't seen him.
My
Actually,
my
he only gets crits
my
with his
Casper
magic.
had 50% crit rate by the end of the game with the
But you make him a
brawler
war
as a
master?
brawler.
As a
Yeah, he was a
brawler?
war
Oh,
master.
a war master.
He was
okay.
he became a war master by the end, but I was
Yeah.
strictly using the gauntlets for him, and him and
Claude is
like
like the
Edelgard
most
obviously
unique
also
Lord
carried
class
to
I've
pretty
seen
much
in
most
the
of the lords
series.
can.
Yeah,
But and
Dimitri's a
she became like
monster.
armored.
The
She became
Wyvern
like
Bowlord.
armored, like her special class, which is like a type of. It's like a type of armored. It's like a.
I remember, I think Byleth also has
Yeah,
a
the Barbarossa
special class,
Wyvern
but
Rider or whatever the hell. Yeah.
Yeah, but she was like effectively a armored knight, but with more movement.
I never used
But with her
used
special
it
class.
ever.
He gets a special class. I won't spoil it for you, Django, because I don't know it existed and it was really funny. But It's kind of, I don't really like it at all because it makes me use faith
We
magic.
can actually talk
and
about more things.
It
I
has the
used
best
it a
stats,
lot
though,
because
so
I was
don't wanna
building
change
up.
out of it.
I was building it up, faith and sword. So
By
Yeah,
the
this
next
has been
episode,
triangle
I'll play
attack.
more so we can actually talk about things. And
Yeah.
you don't have to
It's
baby.
This has been Triangle Attack. It still is.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm
Uh,
making fat stacks at work, but I'm
Yeah,
also
same, bro.
But yeah.
very sad that I
Class
can't
Mastery
play
is
much.
dumb. In fact, that'll be.
This has been this has been rectangle attack.
Wait, final complaint. Final complaint. With skills, or not skills, class mastery. I don't like class mastery. It takes too long. It's where they hide all the good skills. I learned that's where Quick Riposte, Wrath, Astra, Death Blow, Darting Blow,
Yeah, it
that's where they
takes a
all
very
are.
long. Takes a very long time. And
Yeah, it's like Dedu
Also-
has been a warrior for like 4 chapters when he could have been a war master because I just wanted
Also,
him to
I
get
didn't
Wrath.
realize you had to equip combat arts until like the
Yo,
last
I
quarter
totally
of the
thought
game.
you could like switch them around. I was very sad when I
Yeah.
figured out you couldn't
Yeah.
switch them around like skills in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah, I was so confused because I was like, oh sweet, they've unlocked like Axe Breaker or whatever. It's like,
But yeah,
Yeah,
and I'd
that's
be
our
like,
complaint.
wait a minute, why
That's
isn't
our
this showing
closing
up? And
complaint.
it's like, it was
It's
Two-
annoying when they
I
I
learn
was
it
three
mid-chapter.
quarters of the way
Beyond
through the
with us?
game, and I went, oh, I have to equip them. Oh, that makes so much sense.
All right.
Also, weirdly enough, one of
And that is where we stop. And
Yeah.
that is where we
Alright.
press the stop button.
This has
Thank you very
been
much. It was a
rectangle
pleasure.
attack.
Good having you.
Thank you
Oh
very
yeah,
much.
this has been Triangle Attack. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you,
Good night.
and good morning, good day.
Love you.
All right.
Ah, what's up? It's me, back at it with take 6 or whatever, this very good outro. Make sure to subscribe and tell your friends. Next one is gonna be pretty cool. Follow us on Twitter and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you next time. Yeah, that was good.